Billionaire hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs had his Miami and LA homes turned upside down in an alleged sex trafficking raid conducted by Homeland Security. A producer's lawsuit accusing Diddy of being worse than Jeffrey Epstein. TMZ has footage of Diddy's LA house after the feds ripped it apart. Drawers on the floor, safes cracked into, documents rifled through, electronics seized. TMZ reporting that agents zeroed in on Diddy's hard drives. Tonight, Diddy's whereabouts still unknown. His alleged drug mule, a former Syracuse basketball player, was arrested at Miami Airport, and he's been accused of acquiring and distributing Diddy's drugs and guns. But how was this allowed to get so big and so bad? Diddy, one of the biggest names in the music business, 3 Grammys, a long list of Billboard hits, and side ventures making him a billionaire. For 2 decades, Diddy was the Democrats' biggest black celebrity influencer. In 2004, Diddy spearheaded the Vote or Die movement at the DNC.
We're spreading a simple, urgent message. Vote or die. Yes, it's that serious. They used to joke around about us, say we were disenfranchised, we were too lazy to vote. On November 3rd, they won't be laughing no more. The youth of America will have the last laugh.
And Black America listened.
People said vote or die. People voted because Puffy said vote or die.
Vote or die.
You know, if he affected me, then he must have affected millions of us young black people.
I voted for Kerry just because...
Obviously, I voted for Kerry, so
I voted for
I want to make sure.
I voted for John Kerry.
I think
I voted for John Kerry because simply, you know what I'm saying?
John Kerry.
Back then, Diddy was slobbering all over Hillary.
You're one of the few politicians that young people relate to, and we wanted to just hear the message on why you feel it's important for them to vote this year.
I really think that this year more than any other, young people have their entire futures at stake. And I believe your slogan, vote or die, is accurate.
Diddy says young people relate to Hillary? How much did that cost? Here he is with Barack.
When you want to be the president of the United States, you call your man, call MTV.
Thank you, and I just want to say how much I appreciate Puff Daddy for doing the kinds of work that he's doing, because he doesn't have to do this.
And I want to apologize for not sweating, but I do this so much. I'm so cool. I just want y'all to see everybody I'm interviewing is sweating. I'm not even touching my brow. I'm so cool, and I want to apologize. I ain't trying to make you look bad or nothing like that, but I'm just so cool.
We a t-shirt. I tell you, if he was wearing one of those fancy designer clothes he's designing, he'd be sweating just like me.
In 2008, Diddy went from vote or die to Obama or die.
My name is Barack Obama. No, my name is not Barack Obama. My name is Barack Obama. It's very important that you do not believe the polls. The polls are trying to say that my brother from another mother, Barack Obama, is up leading in the polls by 10 points. Don't believe that, brother. See, this is where we mess up. We start believing in the hype and we get too comfortable. Be ready to stand in the lines. Let's keep the heat on. Let's bring it home.
And then in 2020, Diddy went on a media tour for Biden.
White men like Trump need to be banished. That way of thinking is real dangerous. This man literally threatened the lives of us and our families about going to vote. When you look at it, we don't have no choice, you know what I'm saying? You can say what you want about Biden. I can't say I love the pick either, but hey, we got to get him in office, and then we got to hold him accountable.
Democrats used Diddy's charisma, star power, and street cred in the black community every single election. For Diddy, this was a business opportunity. He was blessed by the professional class and commercialized. He was in the back pocket of the powerful, and that made him powerful with a free pass. He was so loved that New York City Mayor Eric Adams handed him the key to the city.
Hey, yo, New York! New York, we did it! Harlem, we did it. Mount Vernon, we did it. The Bronx, we did it. Let's go. The key to the city. Yeah. I'm coming to the garden with the Then I'm going to be in Brooklyn this Sunday. I'm not playing with you, New York. I'm going to give you this love. It's a love rampage.
Diddy didn't just have the key to the city, he had the key to the country. He endorsed the Democrats, politicked for them, and got souls to the polls, as they say. But there was more to it than that. He was a political enforcer.
I was banished, I was exiled, I was canceled multiple times. All of the usual suspects, the handlers, Dave Chappelle, Meek Mills, Diddy, all these people aren't in position. Now, for us as celebrities, they got to call and put a leash on them. What we going to do with Ye? Diddy, give him a call. Tell him we ain't like the t-shirt. Tell him, like, right now the agenda is, this is the voting agenda for the celebrities, for the black. Make them do exactly what LeBron would do. Make them do exactly what Drake would do.
Diddy knows the celebrity agenda for voting, especially for black celebrities. It's Democrat. And if you get out of line, you get a call from Diddy. What did he get in exchange for all of this political influence? According to the bombshell lawsuit filed by his former producer, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, Diddy was allowed to wreak havoc. The legal complaint alleges Diddy bragged about getting away with shooting people and that his head of security had the power to make problems and people disappear. Diddy was never charged for the nightclub shooting involving his ex-girlfriend J-Lo. His prodigy Shine took the fall. There was also a shooting inside one of his studios. Again, no charges. The complaint says Diddy's head of security paid off law enforcement. The lawsuit claims Diddy had an affiliation with local gangs and gang leaders who would frequent his homes. Lil Rod alleges he witnessed Diddy distributing guns from his bedroom closet in Miami and LA to questionable individuals dressed in all black. Last night, we described the allegations surrounding freak-off parties at his homes, where sex workers and underage girls were given laced drinks. These parties were attended by celebrities, politicians, athletes, and music label executives. His former producer claims every room in Diddy's homes wired with hidden cameras. And these parties were sponsored by Universal Music, Motown Records. The complaint says there was blackmail, piles of narcotics, and grooming of young and aspiring talent. This lifestyle has been simmering under the surface for years.
I call them and say, I have a family member who I want you to hire them as an intern. Yeah. And I have never talked about this publicly. And he said yes. And they were flying around, one of the interns, Atlanta, Miami, whatever, on the jet, in the house, whatever. And then the internship stopped abruptly, like 3 or 4 months into it. Why did it end? He wouldn't say. And years later, they finally came out, and this a male, and said that Puff had said, come home, stay the night with me, or the internship is over. And they said, absolutely not. He said, absolutely not. And the internship ended.
Now, Diddy's found guilty. He's a combination of Harvey Weinstein. Remember, both of those men also moved at the highest levels of the Democratic Party. How prevalent is sexual blackmail in American industry and Democrat politics? It's more than we think. And the powerful not only tolerate it, they participate in it, because it makes some of them more rich and more powerful if they play the game, whether they have a choice or not. Tonight, the New York Post is reporting that alleged victims of Diddy have been talking a lot. And we're hearing a lot of people in Diddy's orbit, names you know, are very worried. Derek Parker is a former member of the NYPD's rap intel unit, and he joins me now. You had dealings with Diddy back in the day. What was that like?
Well, I was at assault, and he had the shooting at Club New York back in those days. So I was probably the detective that was assigned to go out and investigate what happened at those particular locations with Steve Stout with MTV and with the shooting at the New Yorker Club.
Now, the word is that he had his girlfriend at the time, J-Lo, smuggle the gun inside the club. He never caught any charges for it, but his boy went down. Now you see him at the top. I mean, Billionaire, all the hits. He's mentoring everybody in the business. But there's some sinister things happening under the surface, according to this lawsuit. Did you see that coming?
Yes. When I saw the payoff with Cassie, and I saw that come out and how that was quickly taken care of, I knew things were going to come after this. I knew that there were going to be other people that were going to follow in line, or people that he had past relationships with that were going to probably come forward and bring up allegations of his conduct and things that he's done.
When you hear about the sex trafficking, the hidden cameras in every room, the narcotics, paying off law enforcement, the affiliation with gangs, how do you interpret that?
Well, that's an allegation that someone else made about what happened.
Right.
The guns and the narcotics and things like that, these things happen in this business. It's out there in the hip-hop world. I mean, I've come along a lot of cases where I've had rappers involved in drugs and guns and things like that. So I'm not surprised by that. But the government took a big step in waiting on this to come out and do this. They had this planned. Believe it or not, this is planned. I think even tonight, Diddy's girlfriend, Young Mommy, was caught distributing drugs, or she's been labeled as indicated in the federal report as supplying drugs. They count and paying people off. So this is only the start of this investigation. Your search warrant, now this comes out, now there's going to be other things that's going to come out.
Why do you think the feds waited this long? Because this has been going on, according to these complaints, for a long time. What triggered this? Did he cross someone?
Yes. What happens is that the feds have developed cooperators, people that were affected by him or had some ties with him where they had some criminal activity, and they came forward and they give information. So the feds wanted to go in and they wanted to gather everything they could so they can present a tight case, and that's what they're doing right now.
This is going to be a tight case, we're hearing?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Derek, and thanks for all of your expertise.
It's not about justice, it's not about agenda, it's not about mobilizing people, it's about dialing for corporate dollars. These two parties have sold the U.S. government and the American people to the highest bidders.